Alright guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel again. Now, obviously I've not been uploading much. Everybody who normally watches me will know basically that we've been in the process of sorting out a baby, which has arrived. So yay, that's awesome. So for the next few months I'm probably not going to be uploading as much, but I'll be uploading more than I have been. But still doesn't stop the pickups though. Now, I don't tend to pick up consoles very often unless I find them fairly cheap. And that being, I found a console very cheap. For what it is, anyway. Now, I found a Sega Game Gear. And basically, I was expecting it to be somewhere closer to 40-50 quid. But it wasn't. And it also came with a game as well. It's not the best of games, but it's a game. Hey, I can test it. Which I did do. I did test it. And just one minor problem with it. Now, I didn't realise this at the time, but it's actually a common problem with the consoles, and I've done a bit of research on it, and basically what it is that the sound chip, or the actual caps on the sound chip, if you don't know what that means, they're like transistors that are on the soundboard. Basically what they do, they tend to dry up and leak, and basically they don't distribute sound through them, they don't put that current through them and get it working. So what ends up happening is the speaker stops working. Now you can solve this with doing either two things. You can either replace the full board, which it's not a big thing, it's probably about that big, with a little speaker and the chips and whatnot on it, or you can just replace the actual transistors themselves. Sorry about the glare on the glasses on the car outside. It's actually sunny outside, it's just not great sunny. But yeah, basically what you can do, you can either replace the full board, which is a little board. You could just unplug it from the main board on the Mega Drive. And am I going to get this right? On the Game Gear, and basically what'll happen is you just pull the board out, and then either, like I say, replace the board or replace the transistors, the caps. Now, when I got it, I was a bit sceptical on how much it'd cost to get it fixed, but I'll tell you how much the actual console was first. Now, the console, as you've probably already guessed, because I've said it a few times, is Game Gear. It's a bit rattly because of the button. The buttons loosen up, basically. And so do the... That's the battery caps. Battery flaps. Now, that also came with the golf game, which is Ernie Els, which... Meh. It's a game to test, let's face it, guys, come on. But still, what it is, the speaker on this doesn't actually work. The speaker's down here, if you can see. Just down there. I've been wanting one of these for ages, and for the price I got it for, it was 25 quid. The game was meant to be probably a few bob more, but I don't think they realised what they had. So, because I've not seen that game before, and it's a fairly beast of a game. It's not like a normal standard size cartridge. It basically, the cover faces you opposed to the cover facing outwards at the back of the console normally. But yeah, that's that. Sorry, picking my nose on camera, Jesus. But yeah, that's what I picked up, guys. Now, I am actually sending it off to get repaired. I've found somewhere that will replace it. Replace the either the board or the caps, and it's going to cost me 20 quid. So it's not that much. I was expecting closer to like 50-60 quid, to be perfectly honest, with it being such an old console and a retro thing. But what I do know is that there is minor sound. I found out this morning, that there's minor sound coming out of that speaker there. It literally is just very minor. If you put it to your ear, you'll be able to hear it. That's actually on full blast at the moment. I can only just hear it. So, but yeah, I'm going to send that off, and basically I'll give you an update video on what happens with that. Hopefully that will come back top notch, and speaker will be working on it, and I'll do another video for you. Sorry. And what I'll possibly do a little bit of gameplay for you, because I've looked on YouTube and there's not much of this game. And what is on this game, the screen's all like pixelated and whatnot, but the screen on that isn't great, to be honest, but I'll get that replaced at a way later date. I'm not doing that anytime soon. Unless the screen pops, I'm not really bothered. I can still play it, I can still pretty much see what's going on. To say how much I bought it for as well, the screen is actually top notch, considering I've seen worse screens on the Game Gear. The Game Gear screens tend to get a lot of degradation over the space of the years, and it just disappears. You start getting lines and almost like freckles on the screen, so, and dead pixels and things like that. They were only cheap screens. It was to go against the Game Boy, wasn't it? So, but still, it's one of them. Like I said, I'm in the process of getting it fixed. I'm actually selling an old laptop that I don't use in order to pay for it, for postage and packaging, because the actual place that I'm actually in Lancashire, in Briarfield in the UK, whereas the place I'm going is actually over Yorkshire way, which isn't too far. It's not massively away, but it's actually going to Leeds, so hopefully they'll be able to sort it out and fix that for me. But anyway, guys, I thought I'd give you a look at what I've got. And to be honest, 25 quid, you can't really get any better over here. I mean, in America, they're all over the shop. They're literally, you can find them pretty much anywhere, but over here, not so much. So, yeah. Looks like it's going to rain as well, which I've got to go out soon. Fun. Anyway, thing is, I'll give you an update on it, and hopefully it'll be back working. Like I say, it all works completely at the moment. It's just that speaker, so we'll see what happens, and I shall see you guys again soon in another video. In the meantime, happy gaming, guys. See you later.